I think Carrie Underwood is afraid to return for American Idol Season 24 after a miserable season. American Idol Season 23 was a difficult run, especially for new judge Carrie Underwood, who I think is likely afraid to return for the next season of the series after heated fan backlash. Throughout American Idol Season 23, Carrie faced scrutiny that was both warranted and unwarranted. Viewers struggled to understand how Carrie fit into the judging role, especially after Katy Perry's big personality left a larger hole than she was able to fill. While Carrie's a previous American Idol winner, it seemed that she didn't anticipate how much would go into judging the competition she once ran away with. Carrie struggling through her time on American Idol wasn't her fault alone, but the blame fell on her quickly. While her fellow judges Luke Bryan and Lionel Richie have been part of the show since the series reboot in 2018, the longtime judges didn't appear to help her ease into her new role, and there were reports that the trio didn't have a great dynamic. Despite knowing that things were going to be rough during the transition, Carrie's time as a judge played worse than expected. I'd be afraid to come back, too, if I'd faced the reception Carrie did. Although Idol used to welcome new judges almost seasonally after its first stretch of seasons, the reboot had the same trio of judges from the start until Katy's departure after American Idol Season 22. Despite the fact that viewers knew Katy was going to be leaving the show, it was a tough blow to longtime fans of the series who had grown to enjoy her quirky, over-the-top style. Katy's ability to be a fun judge who gave valuable feedback was impressive, and when Carrie stepped into the role, it was clear she was going to need to make an impression. Unfortunately, Carrie's first season judging American Idol became less of a positive experience than anticipated. As the first former winner to join the American Idol judges panel, Carrie seemed like she would have a different level of knowledge than the others, but she had a hard time figuring out who she was as a judge. Throughout the season, Carrie was scrutinized by viewers who didn't enjoy the way she was presenting herself. Others called her out for allegedly microaggressive behavior to Lionel and contestants of color, while some simply didn't enjoy the energy she brought to American Idol Season 23. While Carrie seemed like she was getting off to the right foot in the first episodes of the season and developing her voice as a judge, it quickly became clear that she didn't know how to keep herself consistent. In some moments, Carrie felt like she was going to be a tough judge, giving feedback on technical issues with the performances and pointing out small mistakes to the contestants. Carrie appeared to be holding the contestants accountable for things that the others may have let slide, or at least left out of their public critique on American Idol's live shows. In other moments, however, it felt like Carrie was potentially a bit too soft to be a judge. From moments where she overstepped her boundaries to try and give empowering advice to a young mother to other moments where she let her emotions lead her critiques, Carrie seemed like she wasn't able to give technical criticisms when they needed to be said. With Carrie towing the line between soft and serious, it was clear throughout the season that she didn't define her voice or who she was as an Idol judge. Carrie's voice went undeveloped and may stay that way. After American Idol Season 23 came to a close, the backlash over Carrie's performances was still louder than usual, or at least louder than it had been in past seasons of the series once the winner was crowned. When asked about whether or not she'd be returning to Idol, Carrie didn't give a clear answer. While it's possible she doesn't have a real answer, Carrie's inconsistencies in her answers were more concerning than the fact that she didn't provide any solid direction. Carrie didn't sound like she was interested in returning, which was more of a concern than anything concrete. While Carrie was open about the fact that Idol was a new experience for her, the criticisms she faced throughout the season were harsh. I will admit I'm not entirely certain what kind of critique Carrie has faced in the music industry for her past releases, but I feel certain that the backlash she received appearing on Idol was a lot worse than the criticism she's faced as a country artist. While Carrie's music has certainly been criticized, the fact that she was being critiqued on a personal level was likely alarming enough to keep her uncertain about another season.